Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of the Ascension Diaries Cosmic Weather Show, Cosmic Weather Watch, where I'm going to talk about the Schumann resonance. I'm going to be talking about other energies that are hitting our atmosphere, and I'm recording this for Instagram. And for those of you on Instagram, you can see on my YouTube channel the actual data on my side. I'll show you the physical data and scroll through it and work through it with the audience and my YouTube community. Thank you. Hello. It's nice to see you. I know it's been a while since I've done these videos, but again, like I said yesterday, I'm going to be speaking at the Resonate Fest in Camp Verde, Arizona, about the Schumann resonance. So I want to kind of get back into it. I feel somewhat secure and ready and have a much more forgiving environment to be able to do this. And so we're going to keep expanding and working on this. So for the show, the first thing I want to say is that I've been doing a lot more research, and I've gotten more information throughout the time that I haven't been doing videos about cosmic radiation, about the Schumann resonance itself, and I'm excited to kind of share those tidbits and things with you. I did a bunch of research today in particular about cosmic particles or cosmic rays, but technically it's particles, and how they show up in our atmosphere, what they do, where they are on the electromagnetic spectrum. Like I did a decent amount of research today. I'm proud of myself. I'm glad to be able to bring that knowledge to all of you. And so let's get into it. I did a card reading for today's energy. There has been Schumann resonance blast. There has been a Schumann resonance blast, Schumann resonance activity most of today. And the geomagnetic field of the planet has been less disturbed because when the sun energy hits our magnetosphere, it kind of makes it more solid and less penetrable. But when it is quiet, there is more penetration that comes in from cosmic energy and so on. So we are getting less solar activity, but there is activity being penetrated and things are happening in the ionosphere, which is why this is so interesting, because it feels like the Schumann resonance kind of gives us a hint on when this cosmic energy is coming in, but also when the Earth's own energy field and things are shifting within our atmosphere. Either way, both things affect us. Our mammalian brain tunes itself to the Schumann resonance frequency. It's how all life kind of survives here. The astronauts they send out there, they need to have it in their cabin. They need to have this resonance there because it's a part of our makeup. It's a part of the vibration that holds us together. And it's pretty spectacular. I'd also like to say this is one of our original Divine Sovereign Being shirts that we made. If you'd like to support me on Patreon, which I have brought up here, if you are a Schumann Resonance watcher and you'd like to support me with $5.55 a month, or you can go to divinesovereignbeings.com and order a t-shirt from us that we hand make. There's tons of designs. I'm sitting next to a whole bunch. Like, here, I'll show you. Designs like this. One of a kind dipped designs. We've got Space Force designs as well, because again, we're very interested in the developments of Space Force, because it talks about, we're trying to get out there. We're trying to get the answers. This is another one, Divine Sovereign Being. We've got lots of options. All those options are available on our website if you want to peruse that. So, without further ado, we're going to get into it, and I'm going to share the data that I gathered today. I'm trying to make this show shorter because it's intimidating, honestly, to do all this work all the time. And so first thing I want to get into is the astrology. So again, last night, the 28th, today is the 29th of September, we had a new moon in Libra. And on this beautiful website, it says that this had an optimistic and cooperative feel. It promised opportunities for taking charge of our relationships and giving them their due attention, as well as chances to work on our negotiations and partnering skills. This is a time for resolution of conflicts. It's Libra season. It's all about the love. It's all about family. It's all about bringing it together, solving those subconscious pains and things that have happened to you, and your trust and your balance is remaining. We're bringing the love back. We're maturing, and it's going to be okay. So I'm glad. Hopefully that was a theme. I've definitely been crying so much the last few days. There's a lot of energy moving around. and I'm watching it on all the charts. I'm trying to find more data, and like I'm hungry for data and proof and things that there is stuff going on that I can, like, people are already tangibly measuring. So I'm going to show you right after I give you the card reading that came in for today's energy. So I'm going to do the esoteric side first and then more of the scientific. So first card I really got today is called Release. I actually got a few cards for today. Release, and it says the end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, and a time to move on. Then we have the Five of Water, Five of Cups, which talks about things not turning out the way you've hoped, not seeing the positive in a situation, crying over spilled milk. Usually it talks about that there are cups, there are emotional good things in your life that you aren't paying attention to. You're not sitting in gratitude. You're kind of fussing over the things you don't have. I definitely did that today. So please be aware that this is what this energy is kicking up. This is why I specifically asked. I said, what is this energy here to do for us? And this is what I got. Then I got the Star card, which is your wishes are granted card. You know, happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans. You're on the right path. Everything's going to be okay. Don't worry about it. And then I got the Two of Earth, which is the Two of Pentacles. Usually is somebody juggling two pentacles, work and home. It also says that you may have too many things going on at once. You're trying to make a decision, but try and make it playful. Juggle with it. You know, you are skilled. So this is the energy that came up according to my tarot reading. If you'd like a tarot reading with me, you can go to www.alexisbuck.com and order one. I can do an emailed one where I'll just do the reading, take the picture, type it up, send it to you. Or we can do a one-on-one voice call, or if you're lucky, video call if I have good internet signal. But yeah, those are options. So let's get into the cosmic stuff. Today I found a new thing. I've been looking into cosmic radiation. I'm really trying to figure it out because obviously cosmic radiation is connected to lightning. Lightning is connected to the Schumann resonance, and cosmic radiation is connected to so much more. And there's a lot of fear-based stuff going on about cosmic radiation. I personally believe it's likely the seeds of light and DNA and whatever that we're received naturally and we evolve with, and it is a natural part of what's riding the waves of the cosmos, you know. That's my belief. So I'm looking at this monitor system. So far, this looks to me very normal, the research I did. So right now we're getting most normal readings. Whenever there's like spikes and things like that, we're just going to keep checking. I'm just going to keep checking this one because I'm brand new to watching it. All the other charts I've really watched for a long time, so I know when they have anomalies. So let's get into some anomalies. This is another one. This is the magnetosphere chart. This means this is the stuff that's affecting the magnetic field and kind of pulling it and pushing it and contorting it based off of just like sheer force of protons and electrons and everything that are hitting us. So far everything looks slightly normal. Like usually this is all kind of red or whatever if we're having problems. The lines, the magnetic lines will cross behind the planet, things like that, when there's a lot of force coming at us. But right now it seems to be quiet. I found this other geoelectric field 1-minute chart of the United States, which I think is really cool. This talks about basically shows energy coming in again that is going to mess with artificial conductors, which are power lines and things like that. So when there's a lot of intensity of this geomagnetic, it'll show up brighter and lighter, and it just does a whole day's worth. And you can see today it's mostly been pretty chill. It lit up a little bit, but really not too much. Seems like it was totally fine. And then Schumann resonance is next. So all of this geomagnetic stuff seems to be going pretty well, but the Schumann resonance today has been going off basically all day. So we had the biggest peak of amplitude. This is the amplitude chart provided by the Russian site. A lot of people share this one. This is the amplitude chart. So the white line is 7.83 hertz, and that's its amplitude. So at around 7 a.m. Mountain Time, or Universal Time -6 for those of you around the world, we reach an amplitude of 43, which is pretty good. But you can see throughout the day it hit around it was in the 20s, and it kept bouncing and peaking up into the 20s. Not just the 7.83 hertz, which is the white line, but the other three notes, which is 14 hertz, 20 hertz, 24-ish hertz, and they all were pretty active today, pretty similarly. You can see this is a chart everybody likes. This is the colorful one. This really shows the heat and the intensity. And again, It goes from 0 to 40 hertz here. So when it goes all the way down to the bottom of the chart, it means that there was a resonance. They captured resonance that was past 40 hertz, and so there's power behind 40 hertz and above, because you can't really see where it ends at the bottom of the chart. They should make it longer and broader, like they should measure up to like 100 hertz or 60 hertz. I'd really like that. But yeah, so you can see this was around 7 a.m. here where we got the biggest amount of energy kind of coming in, and throughout the day there's been multiple pulses. So it is 5:25 p.m. Mountain Time right now. The last pulse happened around 3 or 4 hours ago. Things may be slowing down for the day, and then the Earth is going to turn away from the sun. The ionosphere is going to shift a little bit, and that's why it's usually like a daily or a nightly thing, this energy, because it has to do with the impact of the sun as well. These are the actual frequencies. I showed you this yesterday. During the blast, it doesn't seem like there's been any significant peaks away from 7.83. It just looks pretty normal. Nothing crazy to report here, at least from my trained eye anyways. This is the heart math graph, and they are a day late. As I usually mention, things are a day late, so please just, like, they haven't even loaded the information from a couple of the places. We're seeing again in Saudi Arabia this very interesting horizontal line of energy, but nothing too alarming here. Overall, everything seems to be pretty cool. The lightning factor is here as well. We're getting cosmic radiation possibly, and lightning over the United States, over Mexico, over by Papua New Guinea. Very normal. This is this is a cosmic radiation site in Athens that I've been looking at. They're looking at neutrinos, which is very cool. There's this just randomly, there's a area of data between the few days where there's no data. That's right before the geomagnetic storm hit us, so that's very interesting to me. When cosmic rays come in, I realize that this has to do with protons a lot of the time, so I'm going to be looking closer at proton flux. Don't really see any huge differences here, so I'm just going to keep an eye on it for now. Overall, the solar weather, we are getting X-ray flux happening almost every day, which correlates with the Schumann resonance and correlates with cosmic energy, because when the cosmic radiation comes down, it splits into X-rays and it splits into gamma rays, and so gamma ray fluctuation is happening every day. Seems around the same time. Very interesting to me. The geomagnetic storm has kind of passed. What else do I have to report here? The electron storm is still kind of happening. There's free energy moving around, but nothing too wild. And what else do I got? Earthquakes. Okay, so there is some stuff about earthquakes that I want to share. Yesterday, I did a video. All the earthquake monitors were pretty much quiet except for 2 locations. Today, I had earthquake like randomness on almost every single chart. And it was quite drastic. You know, I'm seeing some really deep buzzing going on, very constant, and it's around the world. So the Earth actually seemed to have had a buzz that went down. This is more global. Wow, Barbados, like all these places are showing, almost all of them. Here we go. The Dominican, not so much. Honduras, not so much. China, not so much. Okay, a little quieter over there. But still, a lot of activity compared to yesterday, earthquake-wise. So that perhaps might be why you're feeling a little uneasy. I don't know. You're going to have to start tracking earthquakes and say, hey, that weird stomach, whatever problem I'm having might be due to global earthquakes. It happens. Like, don't limit yourself and your sensitivities, because I'm trying to help a lot of people with a lot of different sensitivities by gathering all this data. Another thing that I captured and looking at is radiation due to nuclear sites, but also these sites just capture when radiation with Geiger counters across the United States, across Australia, Europe, and South America as well. Very cool. You can see all the nuclear sites, which is very interesting to me, and all these locations that have places that they measure radiation, which includes cosmic radiation, but that's just what I found. I don't know if I'm going to add that to the daily. I'm trying to make this a short video so it lasts within the 15 minutes. Today on September 29th is Confucius Day. So there you go. A random fact to add. And that's the end of this video, you guys. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, commenting, everything. I love you all very much, and I'll be seeing you all very soon. And I just want to say on YouTube, one last thing. If you are interested in going to Resonate Fest, I would really, really like to see you. I am going to be performing not performing, but performing. I don't know how to call it, but on the Saturday on the 12th, I'm going to be speaking. So that's super exciting. I'm officially on the schedule. It's real, it's happening. If you're going to be in the area, I'd love to meet you. And I believe that's it. If you have any questions, or if you have any ideas on what I can put in my presentation, I had some really helpful comments yesterday. I would be much appreciated. I need to know what kind of things people need to know in this presentation, and I have some ideas obviously, but I'd like your input if possible. If you have any sources of cosmic radiation information, or instruments that gather cosmic radiation, or if there's any instruments I don't add to the show that you're like, oh, she should add this and it would be helpful, let me know. And I think that's going to be all from me today. Mwah! I love you all very much, and I'll be seeing you again very soon.